Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Three of Vessels and Joy. And when I was thinking about this card today, it reminded me of yesterday, right, with the stag, that, here we are taking on this protection. Here we are, moving forward in our quest at a plateauish level. And you have a great community all around you, right? You've got the Knight of Stones and the Knight of Arrows, the Queen of Stones and the King of Bows, plus the Stag, and threes are all about community. Threes are all about, sharing things, collaboration, right? And the one card that we didn't have down here, okay, when it comes to the elements, was the vessels and water energy. Now, you do have some water energy here in the mirror, right, looking across, trying to get to that island, but yet at the same time, this joy card is kind of, to me, this is about celebration, okay? Celebration of good fortune that, that's come along, or of great pleasure. And, through this journey that we've been on ever since we crossed into the Wildwood Forest, this card's come up a couple times. And, with the Knight of Stones and the Knight of Arrows, the horse is carrying you and the hawk is kind of guiding you up above, okay? But it's also letting you know, quick, swift action, but do so at a reasonable pace. The Queen of Stones, the bear, is very protective of what's going on, and the King of Bows is he's that leader, right? Where are you taking charge? And when the stag came up and interrupted, your confab with your mentors yesterday, he's pointing out that, what you sow is what you reap. And in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, what have I done karmically, to be on this path, to be on this journey? And through thinking about that, through meditation, through just opening yourself up to the universe with all the messages of what the life lessons cards have had to say, as well as the court cards, you've come to the realization that a spiritual journey can be fun. A spiritual journey can have joy along the path. You can still have joy when you're going through those obstacles and challenges. And at the same time that you're going through those, you're being healed. You're getting wisdom. You're getting knowledge. Okay? And that empowering energy that the universe has given you, okay, allows you to radiate the warmth and gratitude to others. So, a lot of this has been kind of mental energy going on, looking at, security and stability. And at the end of the day, when you're sitting back and you're thinking about it, you're like, you know what? I'm in a really good spot. I'm in a really good spot on my spiritual journey, whether that's a relationship, whether that's finances, whether that's creativity, whether that's, thinking, right? The mental powers. And in knowing that you're in a good spot helps with that self-confidence, helps emanate, more great energy from the universe, okay? And when you radiate that, it's almost like people are going to be coming to you to help with collaboration, all right? To help with, hey, join this community, and just want to be part of the love and the joy that you have in your life. And, just they want a piece of what the universe has given you, which is it's flowing through you, okay? And, it's one to, don't fear the emotion of joy. Give yourself the permission to experience what it is, and what it brings. And see joy as a blessing of those trials and tribulations that you've gone through. All right. And, as you sit back and you realize you can always look back in the past. You can't change it, but you can look back and say, wow, this is where I was at a week ago. And look how much better I am. Right. This is the change that I made in this relationship. And, let's say you opened up to communication, right? You started talking more about, serious things. And you started deepening that understanding with your loved one. There's some joy in that because now you have a stronger connection. Now you have a stronger commitment to that, significant other. And even in, a work project or something like that, Yeah, going to work is dry and dull, okay? But you can take joy in the aspect of in being grateful that, hey, it's paying the bills, right? I enjoy, a lot of people that I talk to when they leave work, the people the things that they miss the most are people, the people that they worked with. They don't miss the mundane stuff, but it's the camaraderie, it's the commitment to the same goal, right? That's what people miss the most when they leave a workforce, all right, or leave a position. They always remember the good times, remember the joy that was there. And sometimes you remember the bad times too, but there's so much joy that's out there that we just don't embrace it. Okay, just like the 10 of vessels, the happiness where the water is just coming over the top. Here, these 3 cups are full. All right, and the herons with that psychic intuition, all right, are dancing around those cups. They know, all right, that there's emotional energy involved. And when you can expand that emotional energy, all right, and the universe sees that, it just opens you up for more, opens you up for, to help out with your karma moving forward. And having great karma moving forward is better than bad karma, okay? So that's today's card of the day, the 3 of Vessels. Enjoy. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. Give me a thumbs up. And this is D for the Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless.